Welcome back, everybody. Dave the Gamer here. Today we're taking a look at another warrior build. I'm talking about the warrior deck Starship, working with the Exodar, and this is a very consistent deck overall. So lots of different variations. We're going to go through the deck itself, what I chose, where you could actually swap some cards out, and kind of the thought process behind it overall. Currently I'm playing in Diamond with it in June, and I actually play with this upwards into Legend last season. It's still very strong. So I've been toying with a couple different little tweaks to the build itself, and I wanted to go over that. And then I'm going to show you 3 different versions of the game. Win or lose, I'm going to show you exactly my mindset to it, kind of why I make certain decisions. Love to hear you guys critique me below on the things I did wrong, but it is what it is. Look, I'm always trying to improve, but I'm also trying to help anybody that's new to the game, kind of with the different mindsets and how to build some of the cards out. So drop a comment below, some of the things I could have did differently, and or what is the favorite deck that you're currently playing now. I'd love to hear what deck you are playing. This is definitely a deck I'm seeing a lot in Diamond and Legend, but let's dive a little bit deeper into it. So I'm going with the Shadow Flame to be able to get that extra damage and get a Dark Gift, Shield Block, Starport, Bulwark, to be able to, right now about 60-70% of most decks I feel like are early game aggro, so this kind of takes the pressure off. The whole point of this build is I'm trying to get to the very, very late game of it, and I'll explain a little bit more here in a second. I got 2 of the new heights to give me a little bit more mana crystals, Tortella to get me some of my reduced taunt, which is great, Lift Off because it's just building up my Starship, the cannon destroys an enemy, the Arcanite defense crystal just taunt, also building up the crystal, 2 brawls, a hostile invader, and a safe pilot. Now, if you don't want to spend the money on a safe pilot, you could go 2 hostile invaders. They work just as well. Hammer the Hungry, that's what's going to get me some of my other Druid cards I'm using. Kill Jaden is huge if it truly goes to late game. The Exodar, that is the main card. That's what's going to do a ton of the damage. In combination with Jim Raynor, this is massive. So essentially you want to use the Exodar first, and then you use the Raynor. I hope I'm saying that right, whatever. And you basically get 2 copies of your souped up Starship. Sleep Under the Stars to get you either some cards, some health, depending on where you're at and what you need. The Ziliax, I go with the poison version. Hydration Station, you're going to bring out with this is huge. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to use this very late game. You're going to bring out a Ziliax, and you're going to bring out one of your Starships that are just souped up. And then the Ceaseless to be able to wipe out the entire field. I'm kind of torn with this card because I don't seem to use it as much. I don't get as much value. There is sometimes if it's super late game that it helps, because ideally if you wipe the board out and then use the Exodar on your Starship to be able to do damage, it could be like a TKO type of deal. Just doesn't line up as much. So the cards that you could swap out as a variation. So what I've added in is I've added in the Shadow Flame. So if you look online, there's all kind of different versions of this. Currently, this version, the last 10 games I played, I'm running right between like a high 50 to a low 60% win rate, even in Diamond. So this is the kind of version I do. I do the Shadow Flame, which you could swap out. You could swap out the Bulwark. You could swap out New Heights, go with the Dragon to get you to 5 crystals, but it hurts when you actually draw the Dragon. The 9-drop Dragon, if you know what I'm talking about. You could also swap out one of the Brawls. I like to have 2 just because there is so much early game pressure. And if I was to wipe any of those cards out, realistically, I'm going with any low value card. So if I'm wiping out Shadow Flame, I'm going to be putting in like Concussion Shot. Something with low mana cost, because you already have so many cards that are high mana. the whole point is how do you make it to the late game, especially with 60-70% is early game rush. How do you survive to get there? That's why I have the Bulwark, that's why I have the Shadow Flame, and different cards of that sort. So you just keep that in mind when you are swapping in and out cards. You don't have a trouble with how many cards like actually drawing. I think out of 10 games, I've only had one game where I nearly ran out of cards, and that was Kill Jaden was already on the board. I was in turn 13, 14. But early game, you just have so much high-level cards. You actually want to be able to burn through some of your cards. So that's why I go towards some of the lower versions. There are different versions that you could instead put in some higher level stuff like the Blazing. But once again, you have so many cards, or the Blazing or the one where you get dream cards. The problem with these is, one, it's more high level cards, and then they also draw you a ton of cards. So the problem is then you run the risk of kind of overdrawing and then burning some of the main cards you truly need. Ideally, I want to make it to late game, and I will pop Kill Jaden once I have the Exodar and like a Hydration Station in my hand. Once I have those two, I'm able to bring back a lot of my other cards, and then I get the full value out of the deck. Let's dive a little bit closer, check out the next 3 games. All right, so if you have HS Replay, like I pay for it, it's $25 for a year. Not a must, but it is nice because it does show me the kind of the mulligan rate for the best cards to keep in my hand. Like I said, it's really not the end of the world either way. I don't know if I'm trying to think. Depends on what type of build he's playing. We're going to keep it. I'm going to keep these. Let's see. You want to, even though it tells you certain rates of what you should keep, actually that helps me a lot. So that tells me he's going late game. So if he's trying to have that many mana crystals, he's trying to go very late game, which is good. We'll see. There's a couple different versions of the Death Knight. Let's see which version he's going with. So I imagine if he's going that late, is he going a Starship version of it? Could be. Okay, so we're just gonna heal up here, or armor up. So we'll see what kind of value I can get out of the Shadow Flame. We'll save that. I mean, I could burn it right now. Do I want to burn it? I don't think so. I think if anything, I'd rather go here, because I'm going to be able to kill it that way. I like to save this for something I can't really get my hands on, or like a mid-late game with the hostile to be able to get that extra little damage out. So I could trade here, and then I could cannon to kill this guy. So not a bad little start. Cannons are more effective with the later games. Should I save it for a little bit later? Probably not terrible. So when he does have big monsters out, but it's fine. For right now, I just want to control the board. So ideally next turn, now using 2 liftoffs, I should be able to get 2 more different cards out of my deck. Actually, I think only 1 now thinking about it. No, I get 2. But I'll kind of overdraw my hand, so I don't want to do that yet. He's kind of playing it slow as well. We're going to go with the taunt here. I try to maximize my mana crystals when possible. I could have went Starship into, an armor up, but I would have, gave up 1 crystal. Not the end of the world, but I definitely don't want to overdraw my hand. The worst thing you could kind of do is overdraw your hand, because especially for late game. Oh no. Dirty Rats are an amazing card for that specific reason. So Dirty Rat, if it would have pulled out my Exodar or my Kill Jaden, that's devastating. So now I can't let this game go super long, because he'll outvalue me. That's a problem. So, and that's where I've been trying to think of working kill Dirty Rat into my deck. It's just tough to find, what to get rid of to get it out. So I could do a 10 damage. I could cannon it to do 10 damage. Do I really want to do that? It's questionable. It's questionable. Yeah, let's do it. I want to pump up my Starship at this point because I want to kind of get it out early and apply just a ton of pressure since I'm not going to be able to make this very late game. So I just want to apply as much pressure as possible. Hopefully he doesn't have too many board wipes. Death Knight has some easy board wipes. I mean, essentially he has 4 different board wipes he can do. Dang, he's starting early with that. Okay. All right. That's a good thing too, to be able to do 3 damage. Oof. Okay. So like I could go Exodar right into it right now, wipe it out, do another 10 damage. I don't think that's enough. If anything, I would rather build up my Starship. So I could go here, 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 go Dark Gift. Battle Cry, transform. If your Starship launched, which I will be launching it soon. I mean, that's just such a high level thing, but okay, whatever. We'll see. Yep. Okay, so I got maximum value out of that. So it's a 14 already. So maybe I go Exodar next turn to kind of get it out. So then when I get to turn 10, I can go Hydration Station. That could be an option. Kind of go Exodar into Jim into Hydration Station. And ideally, so this, where is it? Resurrect 3 different highest cost taunts. So ideally what I want to do is I almost want to be able to pump it up 2 different ways to get 2 different versions of this would be the most ideal way to go with it. How do I want to play this? I could board wipe with going here into there. That's 7. I could play this now to be able to get a bunch of damage out. How do I want to play this? Do I want to board wipe? Which way do I want to board wipe? Turn 7, turn 8, turn 10. Actually, I'll probably go this to be able to get more value. He's got me in a pickle here. Let's go here. I would have liked to kill this, but whatever. Okay, so let's just deal with it. Let's get some damage out here. Man, I clicked on this thing like 3 times. Well, that's annoying. I hate that the animations take so long. Like, I feel like it should almost freeze the timer. Because I could have rushed and killed this. But now he's going to be able to get more leeches out. Probably drop another leech. Or is he going to... He's probably going to do a board wipe. Alright, so it doesn't matter too much there. Because same thing happened. So does he do a board wipe? He needed that to be able to do the board wipe because he has 8 corpses. Dirty Rat again. Well, that sucks. Well, I'm not really too worried about that. So yeah, I figured he was going to do the board wipe. I still don't think... Yeah, it doesn't kill it. Doesn't kill it. So we can go into a gym here. Ideally, I would have went into the Ziliax, but this is fine as well. So now he could still do a board wipe on this. I want to wait to use the hydration station until I get Ziliax out there, but we'll see what I go with here. So it doesn't look like he has a board wipe. Summon a 5/5. Okay. Get some health out of it. Okay, is there any way I can kill him now? I don't think so. Two damage to all minions. I think I got one more turn out of it here. So if I pump this up 2, 4, 5, then I hit for 16. That's all I can do. I'd rather get the Ziliax out then, so I can get more value out of the hydration station. Alright, so we're going to hit here. I'm just going to get this off because I can't kill it anyways. Whatever. Yeah, now I get maximum value out of my hydration station. I need to end this within the next 2 turns. I can't let it go late game now that he got my kill Jaden. That's a lot of damage for him to try to, combat. So he's got to fight this times 3 times. So let's see. He's going to need all of his board wipes or a ton of defense right now. And he's struggling. He's struggling. This isn't looking good for him. I think we got this. Yeah, he's just trying to throw anything out. Okay. Yep. Easy win. So I want to go here into here. Then we'll get another 2 out of him. That'll wipe the board, and then I hit, and the game is over. Yeah. Yeah, you like that, buddy, huh? See ya. Bada bing, bada boom. Starship, here we go. Like I said, this is such a strong, consistent deck because I could have pumped out 2 more hydration stations and brought Ziliax and all of them right back 2 more times. Let's check it out. So I think that's Diamond 5 now. We're going to run this thing right to Legend. I got a bunch of other decks that we're going to be testing out as well. Like I said, this one's a pretty strong one. The downside is it does cost a lot to build. So there's lots of legendaries in this one. So, like I said, there's some variations. You can get rid of some of the cards, really. The only one you can really swap out is Bulwark and this Safe Pilot if you don't want to spend all the cards. Okay, so Priest. For the most part, most Priests I've seen at this point is going to be an early game kill. So they're going to try as early as possible to kill me. So like my HRS replay says, hey, I should mulligan this Safe Pilot, but I know I need to make it to turn 6 to then use this to board wipe. So I need as much early game defense and kill pressure as possible. Because he's going to just pump out a ton early game. All right. So do I go early game verse it? I feel like I need to wait and use my coin for turn 5. Yeah, I think I go turn 2 starport, turn 3 shield block, turn 4 cannon, turn 5 gnome. I think that's going to be the best option. He's going to cast a spell, so I don't get that. Yep, okay. Not bad there. Yeah, let's go Starport. So he already used up his hand. The only downside with this deck is if you can wipe out the early game, kind of, you know, kills them for the rest of the game. That's where like a Brawl comes in very handy. I was hoping to use that to hit this guy, but okay. Okay, let's see here. Turn 4. I mean, I could go turn 4 into this, or right now I could go into the cannon. Turn 4, go double shield block. Or shield block. There. I mean, ideally I want the cannon to maybe hit here, because I'm not worried about the early game hitting. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best option. Because it's going to kill something on the board, and it's also going... Oh, nice. Perfect. So now I have a shot to, you know, wipe something else out on the board and buy myself a little bit of time here. It kind of stinks because now I'm delaying the safe gnome here, or the safe pilot. But I could do, you know, next turn here, because, you know, this isn't going to stop anything. Okay. All right. Does he have... He doesn't have anything to kill this. This is 6 health. Okay, I wasn't planning on going this direction, but to get 6 health out of that is huge. I will take that all day long. So I'm looking for anything taunt when this takes damage, gain 3. This is a strong 4/4 versus this deck. You know, 1 damage. This actually isn't bad either, because the life still will trigger on there. So, but it's only 3 life. I can't really use it. I think the taunt just to kind of slow him down right now. So I think I'm going to go here into Starport and the shield block. So we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. This deck, like I said, this is where you run in a ton of decks like this, where they're early game pressure. So you got to find a way to kind of survive against it. So now it's, do I go, you know, this taunt to be able to get some armor? Do I do a Brawl? Probably a Brawl. I'm trying to think, is there any way for him to pump it up? So I could go here, but if he has like a silence, that's what I'm worried about with going here. If there's any sort of silence, I'm in trouble. So we're going to hit for the health. We're going to Brawl it. I would love for it to be my card that stays. But yeah, that's not the case. That's okay. Okay. So I could launch this and it would kill it, plus give me a nice taunt. Okay, that's not good for him. So I feel like I want to go a taunt into some more life. Perfect. The Bulwark is amazing for this type of deck. So he can't target silence. He could probably still kill it. Oh, that stinks. Of course he has that. That's okay. Perfect. Yeah, it stinks that he gets to heal it. Let me think here. Well, that's not good for him. Okay, do I go here, wipe the board minus this guy here, and he hits for 4? That's not a bad option. Do I go here? No, I don't think I go there yet. I could go taunt into there, but once again, if he silences, it'd get me dang close. I could go Bulwark. 3, Bulwark. I mean, I could go Bulwark into... I mean, there's really nothing I could do there. Let's wipe the board, minus this guy here. So we'll hit here. Does some damage to him, so not bad. I have 19 health, so I feel pretty good. Yeah, I had a feeling he had that. So if I didn't board wipe, he would have played that, and that would have made it pretty dangerous for me. Okay, so it's going to really come down to his next card here. So this will kill one of them and deal 3 damage. And I get 5 health. So ideally, if I kill this and the other one hits that, that's the perfect world if it lines up. But it gives me my taunt and the health that I'm going to need. I don't want to launch it early, but I think in this scenario, like I said, I could go Bulwark into the taunt. That would also work. Because ideally, I want to boost it up a little bit more, and this would boost it up another 4 plus give me more armor. I just don't think I really want to chance it. Yeah, let's go Bulwark into here. I think that's going to be the best option. Yeah, I could have went Exodar. Well, that's annoying. But my Bulwark should be able to hold it down there. See, and I'll get some armor out of it. And I boosted up further, so good. Now I could do where it actually does damage to them. Or do I just add insult to injury here? I think we're going to go instead. We're going to go here. See, of course. See, that's why I didn't want to do it, because look, that's the opposite of, like, if it would have hit 3 here and destroyed there, that would have been amazing. I could deal the damage. He gives up. It's game over. It's all about just surviving that early game. 2 for 2, baby. Starship is back. Here we go. Can we go 3, 4, 3? Oh, boy. Okay. Yep. So that game is... That's a tough one. Priest has a very high win rate, even in Legend. And that's where, like, knowing the best cards, the best decks in Legend, you can kind of start building against and put a lot of counter, like those cards, the Shadow Flames and the different cards I talk about that are, like, interchangeable. Those are what you want to change based off whatever rank you're in. So Druid, assuming there's 2 versions, usually, we don't need this till late game. These are good early game ones. Perfect Brawl is a good one. Even though it says it's a low keep rate, I think it's a good card. So he could go with an imbued and pump up his minions, which can be a problem. The other version he can go. There's actually 3 versions. The 3rd version could be a problem. Now thinking about it, so. One of the versions he can go, so he got the imbued. He's got where he does just straight raw damage with spells. And then the 3rd one is where it's a 5-drop minion, where it's a taunt minion that kind of keeps replicating itself. That becomes a large problem. So I'm hoping it's not that one, because that's where it's good to have like a silence in your deck, which kind of completely negates this whole deck. Even a rat wouldn't help against it. So let's see. And that's looking like exactly what he's going to do. All right, this one's tough. I just started seeing this one be played a lot more. This is going to be a trouble. So essentially, the only way for me to wipe this out. I'm almost going to have to play ceaseless. So super late game into like a Ziliax. This is going to be a tough one here. Let's go New Heights. We're going to wipe here. We're going to go to the Shadow Flame to wipe out his poison. Well, this is actually... I mean, I wasn't expecting to play this. But that's why the Shadow Flame's nice to be able to get this with a 2/2. Oh, he's in some trouble. And late game, my Hydration Station will bring this back out. Okay, so yep, that's a strong card right there. Replay every spell you cast between now and then the next 3 turns. It's kind of wasted playing it early because that counts as turn 1. Okay, I could go the safe pilot into here, which wipes out everything, and it survives. Or do I go the testing dummy, which does a decent bit of damage? I'd rather do testing dummy late game into like a Brawl, because it will do 11 damage. So if that one thing that I'm thinking about does survive, it would end up killing it off. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go here, wipe out all of that. It's going to give him 2 taunts, which is not ideal, but and I like the free armor instead of going shield block, because there's really nothing I could use currently that's going to help, and I don't really want to draw like a Kill Jaden or any of that for him to Gym Rat into it. So, okay. That's fine. Starship's up to a 4. That's the card right there. That's the one I'm most worried about. Okay, so actually this isn't terrible, because what I can do is I can Brawl. Now he'll Hydration Station that thing multiple times, which drives me nuts. So it's going to go into there. I was actually hoping it survived, because then I can go into the cannon, which will kill it, but then it comes right back. This card is just absolutely a nightmare. That's where having a silence, to be able to silence this, especially late game, just completely neglects it. Because even if you dirty ratted it out, it's still a problem. Okay, poisoned, yeah. This is where testing dummy's not terrible. Okay, yep, so he's just going to create multiple copies of this thing. Even when I ceaseless, since it's death rattle, it's going to keep coming back. Yeah, I mean, really, I don't see me winning versus this deck. This is a tough card. I got to take it super late game and really hope my Kill Jaden pumps up crazy heavily. That's the only way I'm seeing we're getting out of this. Do a lift off into a testing dummy. So he's going to end up getting even more of them. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Such a strong card right here. Yep. So this is definitely a solid deck. I've been seeing more of this deck than the Imbued Druid. Because realistically, you could even go this into the new card where it summons 5 death rattles that you had, bringing 5 of these out, and each time you kill one, it brings another one back. 2 cubes. Jeez Louise. Oh, I just got to find a way to survive at this point. It's interesting that he's going to try to wipe that, though, because that could, in theory, kill out a cube that messes up the draw on that. Okay, he didn't though. Okay. Okay. Let's go the cannon. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted that. We'll go shield to see what we can get our hands on here. Kill Jaden. Still too early for it. Yeah, there's really not a good answer here. I mean, I wanted it to kill the cube, but this deck frustrates me. This is like the plague. He just keeps summoning it over and over. So I need another Brawl, but even a Brawl, he's going to be able to summon the same amount back out, if not more. So it doesn't help me that much. I mean, I need to do one Brawl. Like, essentially, I need to do like a Brawl. I need to do like a double board wipe, a triple board wipe. And then, like I said, Hydration Station's just going to bring it right back out later on. Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good at all. Azziliac's not terrible. I mean, it's just kind of buying me time at this point. I can wipe 2 of it. I want to hold off on it. Yeah. Quite frustrating here. I was going to go Bulwark, but instead I might as well go Tortellia. Okay, that's a good card to wipe out. Just because I don't want the Dark Rider to hit it. And to get my hydration, or to get my Ziliax out, so I can draw into some of my other cards. I wish the Ceaseless would actually silence and wipe everything out. That'd be absolutely amazing. Ooh, draw a card and fill your hand with it. Okay. Is that the card he drew? And he's just going to have that many copies of it? I hope not. If he drew his hand and that's all the cards, geez, that's a ridiculous luck. Alright, so yeah, this Druid deck, I plan to make one down the road. I got to get some more because I don't have a lot of these ones. Alright, I need to get my Hydration Station. This will buy me another turn. Yeah, every time I kill that, it just death rattles to something else. So frustrating. There's really nowhere good to use this. I mean, I'll use it here. Tortella, I mean, at this point, maybe get some armor out there, and then the Hydration Station will bring it back out. This gives me a little bit of life still. I'm prolonging it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he has a kill Jaden as well with this deck. This Sky Mother is just crazy good value. I don't know what card he got out of filling his hand. Not that it matters. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah, I need to go this. So I need Hydration Station in 2 turns. I got it now. If anything, I want to go Tortella into a Bulwark. So I need to go Brawl into a hydration station into an Exodar. That's kind of the way I need to go. And then I need to get my other hydration station before going kill Jaden. And then I'll have a bunch of pumped up starships. I still have a lot of cards in my deck. 10. He's applying a ton of pressure. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that saved me 10 damage, 14 damage, Bulwark. I might have the hydration station now. I was hoping to wait the hydration station after Exodar to be able to get a pumped up, souped up battle cruiser. I just don't think I could make it. So I'm going to have to do it now, which is unfortunate. Alright, so we want to wipe out there. And like I said, I know he has a hydration station too. So even if I board wipe, he's going to pull this back out. These are just so strong. Ooh, this is a tough one, guys. I don't know if I'm getting out of this one. I just got to keep surviving. I just have so many cards that I don't want right now. I mean, I think I want Liftoff next. That's not good. That's not good, because now he can just wipe out Tortella. Yep. Alright. That's not good at all. I might have to manually launch this. This is the last thing I want to do. I need Exodar. I need the Exodar if I want any shot. Exodar? Brawl. It's going to summon them all back. I think it's my only option right now. So yeah, it's just boom, boom, yep, back to his old self. Do I hold off for Exodar is the question. Or do I launch now, which kills 2 of them? I just hate not to use Exodar, because then I can get the pieces back. Like, it helps so much. I can only take the damage once. Yeah, that's a good one to get out. The only problem is delaying it messes up how many I can kill. It's a strong deck. Put 10 legendaries that cost 1. This card is just like the ultimate defense. Like I said, unless you can, if you can silence it, messes his whole theory up. But then he hydration stations it later to bring it back. Alright, so he's boosting up his armor. Sleep from the stars wouldn't be terrible. Hydration station. Like I said, it sucks because I then don't get the value of the battle cruiser. But ugh. 1818. This is... yeah, I still don't think it's right not to do it. I could have maybe held off to be able to get some more health out of it. Probably not a bad option. Because if I hold off on the hydration station a little bit longer when I summon him, he's going to essentially give me 10 health, 5 and then 5 again after they kill him, upwards to 15. Now I used up all my hydration station. I'll be able to get this thing out twice. And that's, I was toying with not using Shadow Flame in this deck, and instead using the Silence where I can trade it out if need be. Probably not a bad option to go. That would probably be the way I went. Okay, can I buy myself another turn? So we can go 2 into here. Let's draw some cards. Alright, I got the Exodar. We'll draw 2 more cards. Of course, it's not the Ceaseless. That's my last card in the deck. So I could go Exodar. Do I want to play these cards first into the Exodar? Do I get the 5 health? I don't think I go Exodar yet, because I want to board wipe into the Exodar to be able to wipe out as many of those as possible. So let's go here. Let's go terrain, terrain. I want to pump this thing up as much as possible. Ugh. Jeez, and his hydration station, he hasn't even used one of them yet. So essentially I'm going to Ceaseless, board wipe, into Exodar, into kill Jaden is the lineup. Did he just hydration station? He did. Why would he have done that? He wasted one of them. I don't think he should have used that yet. Okay. Interesting choice. So let's kill this. Then we're going to Ceaseless. They're just going to respawn back. But then I could Exodar. I'm trying to think. Relaunch every Starship that you launched this game. So, but what happens to those? Like, is it dead and then it goes to here? Because if it doesn't delay it, then I would want to deal damage equal to it. Or do I get copies of everything? Or do I get health and really lengthen the game out? I want to say I would get copies here. I think that's going to be the way to go. I think I actually messed up. I could have used it twice. I took too long. Damn it. I could have killed Jaden. Oh, I wasted that turn. I panicked under the pressure. Yeah, I could have killed that twice. So then this would have been off the board completely. That's exactly what I needed to do. Like I said, Hydration Station brings it back. Those are solid taunts. But then I'm going to cast and relaunch this thing. Yeah. Okay. Essentially, I need to kill this. Oh, okay. Interesting card to have. Do I have a way to actually cast this? No. So he did. Did he really get 5? Yeah, he did. That's hilarious. When he drew that one, he got 5 copies or 3 copies of that. That's strong. Okay, so I need to get through those cards. Like, I need to get through this. But I need to, like, board wipe everything else to be able to get to it. So, let's see. So we'll put it here. What got it? This got it. So then we need... I mean, we're going to hit for face. I don't think there's a time you don't hit for face there. Kill Jaden, we can start pumping him up. Do I Star Trooper? I really don't like this card out here. I don't think there's a way for me to get it off the board. Okay, alright, we're surviving. We're surviving. This Jim is going to just hit a ton on the board. Especially because I'll relaunch this thing again. I've even debated having the one card where it pumps, like it brings a card back up to your hand to be able to cast Exodar twice late game. I don't think it's worth it, but... So I imagine he still has a Hydration Station. He's got a ton of strong 1/1 cards at this point. I'm surprised he actually killed that. He must be planning to fill his board up. But yeah, I need to kill this thing, kill everything else, to then kill the card it's death rattled on, and then kill it again. I gotta kill it like 3 times. But he's low on health, so like at this point I need to like find a way to get through. Play the top 3 cards of your deck. Oh jeez. When they're all strong cards. Oh. That's interesting, because that replaces your hand. I wouldn't have thought he went there. That was an interesting route. Okay, so 2 damage to all enemy minions. Let's get a bunch of our pieces out here. Yeah, I mean, it kind of stinks. I'm going to have to. I don't want to wipe this thing out yet. It's kind of pointless. I want to wait every starship that you launched. All Alright, so that's all to the face. What cards did I get? Okay, Explosion Trap, Ice Trap. Make them recast the big spell. Yeah, it's crazy. He played that thing on turn 4 or 5 and still has it. We're on like turn 20. So I'm pretty much going to relaunch all these, launch this guy, then launch Jim, and that's kind of everything I got. And then at that point, I'm just kind of buying time for, my portal, but this is a super, super late game deck, especially with the cards that it's putting, 10 1/1 strong monsters. Yeah, this is tough. He didn't cast anything? Nothing? Didn't hit the health? This is just a terrible card. Okay, so I think I want to relaunch every Starship that you launch this game. So I want to launch this. I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that, but I'm worried to use this now and then he has one board wipe and the game's over. Is my only worry. Do I wait one turn for him to kind of fight through this thing? I think that's the better option. Or do I go all or nothing? Like, his hand's so heavy. Like, I almost want him to, I think, spend as much possible killing off, ideally, after you play a 1 cost. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. If he uses up a ton, but then again, if I would have Starship wiped the board and I had it, is he able to kill it? I'm sure. It's only 2 health. I just wanted to really use the Starships to be able to wipe everything else that he would have put out. I don't think this would have survived regardless. But I could have won if I did wipe it. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. What's he got? Of course. Why not? Did he really just summon 2 of those? Like, how do you win? That crown. What the galaxy lens where he has multiple, absorbs the spell power. Jeez Louise. Okay. I think my only option now is to launch every single one. I launched a ton of them. That's board wipe, but all of them will all... Is that it? Oh. 3 for 3. Let's go. Oh my. That's why I wanted to wait as long as physically possible with my main guy, the Jim Raynor, because I wanted to be able to launch so many that it completely wiped the board multiple times to get past that. 3 for 3, baby. 3 for 3. This might be my new favorite deck. I think I finally mastered it. Like I said, the only thing I might change is the Shadow Flame for a silence, to be able to neglect that from the beginning. And the silence helps so many times. Jeez Louise. Granted, the Shadow Flame did get me one of the good card, that helped early game with the 16 damage. So it's tough. It's tough to find where I can actually fit it in. What a game. What a game. That's amazing. All right, boys. Hope you enjoyed. please drop a comment below. Love to hear you guys' feedback. And until next time, game on.